team. Now here's Magic down the middle. Magic. Oh, no, look faster. Where's it? Make it to Rambers who scores. Foul. Magic Johnson. He's got eyes in his ears.
Before we get into the build and into the gameplay, I just want to say this. Magic Johnson was way ahead of his time and is one of the best point guards, hands down, of all time. I'm going to explain all this. You do not want to miss this. I learned a lot about Magic Johnson preparing for this video, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. If you're looking to buy or sell an account or get your badges grinded, make sure you hit up Goat Plugged. The link will be in the description. You will now regret their services. Let's get it. What's going on, YouTube? It's the Go White Boy of 2K. It is Young Dark. Today we're doing Legend Magic Johnson in NBA 2K20. Now, to find his exact build is very, very hard, because Magic had a very unique play style. He was a 6'7" point guard. He really couldn't shoot that good. He was an amazing passer, a good defender and rebounder, and a good post player. So my new build, the best build in the game, if you guys don't know, I'll leave that video in the description. The post playmaker, he can speed boost. It's still like Magic, so it's a very well overall good reputation, in my opinion. That didn't make sense. A good representation of Magic Johnson. Let me show you guys the badges for Magic. First off, I apologize for the fan messaging me on screen as I took the screenshot. If you're watching this, let me know in the comments. Anyway, when I do these videos, I try to do the badges exactly how they would play in real life. And I have on Magic's exact animations. I took the animations from 2K's roster and put them on my player. So for finishing, we got drop, stepper, fancy footwork, back down, consistent, and fast break finisher. Now for shooting, I know Magic wasn't really a good three-point shooter, but range extender actually helps you hit like further mid-range shots as well. So I put it on. Green machine, quick draw, hot zone, dead eye, and deep fades. As again, I said he was actually a very good post player. Now for playmaking, let's be honest, he should have every badge Hall of Fame. I obviously cannot do that, so I just thought I did what I could with the amount of badges I had. Flashy passer obviously has to be in Hall of Fame. He was the best flashy passer of all time and probably will be the best flashy passer in NBA history forever. For defense, Magic was a very underrated defender and a great rebounder. So these are the defensive badges we are using for today's video. Now let's get into the gameplay. Now drop a like if you're new, and if you're also new, join the GOAT gang, become a GOAT. You instantly are a GOAT for life when you hit that subscribe button. Okay, so here we got the gameplay. I know I have a bootleg jersey. Magic Johnson's jersey was not in the NBA store. I apologize. And I also made a mistake in the intro. In his college career, he was 6'7". He actually grew 2 inches when, like, during his time in the NBA. Obviously, it was probably within, like, the first 1 to 3 years, because I believe you can grow until you're, like, 25 or something like that. So Magic Johnson was a 6'9" point guard in the 80s. That is, like, unheard of. He was his own breed, way ahead of his time, one of a kind. Now you obviously have taller point guards like that, but Magic was the first, and that was like a huge advantage back then, because players overall back then were a little shorter overall. I'm not saying the centers weren't 7 feet, but the average height was smaller, and I believe the average height in the 80s for a point guard was 6'3". It's around there today still. So he had a 6-inch advantage over all of his defenders, ahead of his time. So when I do these videos, I do a lot of research on these players. I am a big NBA fan, so I already know a good amount, but I always want to, learn as much as I can before I talk about these players. So I was watching some Magic highlights. Bro, if you want to be entertained, and I'll say it a lot through this video, talk about ahead of his time, bro. These man's passes were unbelievable. Like, he literally revolutionized how you pass in the sport of basketball. Like, his passes, especially for that time period, were ridiculous. Like, I know in the 80s, I said this in my Michael Jordan video, that the competition, the athletes weren't as good. You can argue about that with me in the comments. Anyway, Magic looks like he was playing in 2020. how he was moving, how he was passing, how he was just running around on the court. Like, I can't explain it. Just go watch his highlights after this video. He looks like he was playing in 2020. Just go watch his highlights and you'll understand what I mean. These man's passes were literally unbelievable. Like, I watched highlights of him for like an hour. I was in complete awe. And to this day, nobody else can pass as good as Magic. Not LeBron, not Steve Nash. Magic was the best passer of all time. He is the definition of a floor general, okay? Now, this is going to blow your mind, so pay attention. I already knew this, but a lot of people don't. This is literally going to blow your mind. This is how good of a player Magic was, and he developed so fast. In his rookie year, okay? He obviously got drafted #1 overall to the Lakers. Now, Kareem was already pretty much in his prime. Kareem was already a god, okay? We all know Kareem is one of the best centers of all time. So, in 1980, the Lakers went 60-22. The previous year before Magic, they went 47-35. That is a great change, pretty much by just adding one star player. That year, Kareem averaged 25-10, okay? And was the MVP of the regular season. Now, the Lakers made the finals. And they were up 3-2, and Kareem got hurt. And he did not travel to the game in Philly, okay? So everybody was expecting, okay, Kareem's not playing. Let's just, expect it to go back to Game 7. Because Kareem, was the best player on the team at that point in time. And the own front office didn't even think they were going to win. So the team decided to not bring their champagne to celebrate just in case they won to Philly. So the front office didn't even think they were going to win. The team didn't think they were going to win. Really, only the organization didn't think they were going to win. The players thought they still had a chance. And that is literally it. So they went to Philly and Magic had to play center. Okay? Magic put up 42, 15, and 7 against Dr. J as a rookie and led them to win the finals in their rookie season, in his rookie season, and he won finals MVP. And in Game 4, just for the record, he had 101 fever and still put up a triple-double. Magic was dominating since he stepped foot in the NBA. That is just beyond impressive for a rookie to play center in place of the MVP of the NBA and lead his team with 42 15 and 7 in the finals as a rookie? Come on, bro. That is some cool crap right there. And of course, that led to Magic having a very successful career. 5-time NBA champ, 3 times NBA Finals MVP, and a 3 times NBA regular season MVP, All-Stars, all that stuff. Magic, probably the best point guard of it's because of the eras and stuff, it's hard to compare. Like I said, Magic really didn't shoot threes at all. In today's game, it would be hard to be a dominant point guard if you can't shoot threes. So, I don't know. He's obviously top 3. But Magic, man, he was really ahead of his time. And it sucks that he only played, I believe, 12 years in the league because he obviously had HIV. Would Magic have won more rings if he did not get HIV? I don't know. I would say probably not because he was pretty much out of his prime at that point. A lot of people think he was in his prime. He was not. So, probably wouldn't have won more rings, but it just sucks that he had to end his career, because of a virus. And speaking of a virus, they shut down the NBA season for Corona. They let Magic Johnson play in an All-Star game with HIV. Are you serious? Do you know how dangerous that is, bro? If he got cut and his blood went out. Like, bro, that was stupid. I am sorry. So they let Magic play with HIV. I'm not like trying to laugh because it's funny. It's just stupid that they let him do that. And then the corona is affecting the NBA right now. But that's whatever. I don't really want to tangent about that. If you guys like the video, drop a like. Follow my TikToks. I'm a godly TikToker. Follow my socials. Everything will be in the description. Hope you guys have a great day. Go out.